My name is Justin Lynn. I'm a retired staff sergeant from the United States Army. I served with 2nd Infantry Division, 3rd Brigade out of Fort Lewis, Washington. I think for veterans, it's extremely important for them to stay real connected with the people they were in rehab with, and to come out and do hunts and camping, because it keeps them involved in the community and it keeps them active.
This week on Veteran Outdoors, we join U.S. Army veteran Justin Lynn on 2 unbelievable Texas properties as he pursues Rio Grande turkeys and some exotic rams.
Yeah, nice!
Yeah! VO Pro staff John Botts and Dan Robles are back this week as we hear Justin's story on Veteran Outdoors.
Several years ago, a small group of friends, both veterans and civilians, banded together to make a difference and to pay tribute to our country's veterans. The mission was simple: to honor our country's wounded veterans' service and sacrifice by surprising them with dream adventures. These are their adventures. These are their stories. This is their show. Veteran Outdoors, giving back to those who gave. Veteran Outdoors, presented by Ambush Firearms. Don't just hunt, ambush. Polaris, see the hardest working, smoothest riding off-road vehicle now at your local dealer. Charlie Bravo Aviation, freedom in private aviation. Anti-monkey butt powder, they cover our butts, let's help cover theirs. And U.S. Optics, engineered for superior performance.
My name is Justin Lynn. I'm a retired staff sergeant from the United States Army. I met John back in 2007 at the Center for the Intrepid, which is the rehab facility for amputees and war veterans. And we became good friends out on the golf course and just doing random stuff. And we live about a half a mile from each other now, and we're just real good friends.
My name's John Botts, and I got a call from Veteran Outdoors. Said, hey, we got a hunt coming up, West Texas, spring turkey hunt. We're trying to look for somebody to get out there, going. I was like, well, sweet, I got the perfect person in mind. So I gave my buddy Justin Lynn a call, and I was like, hey man, got a camping trip coming up. Would you be willing to get out there? He's like, oh yeah, I'm very interested in it.
The plan for this weekend was to go camping up near the Austin area and just hang out, find a nice lake and hang out and just enjoy the weekend. So we got into camp in Sheffield, Texas, and turns out the camp was a 25,000 acre ranch, and it's called Live Oak Ranch.
My name is John Buford Meadows, Sr. This is the Live Oak Ranch. Been in the family for well over 100 years. I've got a nephew that gave all last September 5th, killed in Afghanistan. He's a Marine captain.
When we got into camp, I had no idea that we were going on a turkey hunt.
Justin, you probably know by now that something other than just camping is going on.
Yeah,
you've probably been a little suspicious all day. Yeah. Your buddy John here called us and told us that you'd probably like to come on a hunt, so Brad and the gang here have opened up their ranch to us, and we're going to do some spring turkey hunting this weekend. Yeah.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's awesome. Wow.
Brad walks up with the Benelli shotgun and hands it to me.
Some friends of ours in Houston at a company called Dynamic Orthotic and Prosthetics. I told them about the hunt, and they wanted to buy you this Benelli shotgun for you.
Nice.
And
oh my God.
Some stuff to shoot out of it too.
And I was just so excited to have a weapon like that in my hands.
Game Guard knew you were going to go hunting, so Game Guard sent down hats, shirt, pants, gloves, and John, just to make sure you're outfitted too.
Awesome.
I showed up in shorts and a t-shirt, and he went back and came back in and handed me a bag full of camouflage from Game Guard.
And then this guy showed up and he had a better idea to go to West Texas. And, you know, I figure West Texas has better weather than Austin does right now.
I had no idea that this was going to be a hunt or anything as spectacular as it was.
Let's see if we can get the turkeys and the weather to cooperate when Veteran Outdoors returns.
Closed captioning is provided by Source One Distributors, committed to the mission.
Anti-Monkey Butt Powder understands the freedoms we have as Americans and supports Veteran Outdoors. They've donated thousands of items to our troops. And during this season of Veteran Outdoors, they will donate $1 to support our program, plus send an item to our troops for every bottle of powder purchased on their website. As someone who spends a lot of time outdoors, I know that chapped, irritated skin can ruin your day. Anti-Monkey Butt Powder helps you stay comfortable all day long. So remember, the troops are out covering our butts. Let's help cover theirs.
Only Polaris delivers the ultimate combination of power, suspension, and agility. The only trail-capable side-by-side, Ranger RZR. The only sport performance side-by-side, RZR S. The only 4-seat sport, RZR 4. And the only extreme performance side-by-side, the 88 horsepower RZR XP. Razor sharp performance only from Polaris. Huge rebates and low financing are available right now during the Polaris XP sales event.
They got the straw that you use.
I'm a hardworking American, raising a family, helping my neighbors, and appreciating the men and women in our armed forces. I also happen to sell private planes. Sure, there are celebrities who jet around the world, but 90% of the private aircraft in the U.S. are flown by small and mid-sized businesses. Companies that use planes to get to remote locations or respond in a crisis enjoy profitability that shows what a competitive advantage private aviation can be. A big thanks to the men and women who defend that freedom.
This segment of Veteran Outdoors is brought to you by Sport, the ultimate hydration and performance drink.
Hi, my name is Brad Hassick from Austin, Texas. After watching the show several times, it was really exciting to be out here with Justin and John for the weekend. It's humbling to be able to help out and give back to these heroes who have served our country.
So we got the rifle and we got all the camo, and the night was winding down. And the next morning we got up about 6 and walked down Live Oak Creek and found our positions. We were hearing them, they just weren't snagging on the decoys, and they weren't talking too much. We had a couple gobbling back and forth with us, and it was looking to be real promising.
Our first morning out here in Sheffield, we didn't get rained out last night, and it was nice this morning. We got out here bright and early, called some turkeys, but none of them came in. We heard a lot of gobbles. I mean, it sounded like they were all around us. Yeah. So we're definitely in the right spot. We just need to come up with a game plan to get them come out in the open so we can pop one. Yeah. But I don't know about you, but I love hearing them gobble back.
That was awesome, just to hear them talking to us, and you know, hopefully they're a little more active this evening. Maybe we can get on a few of them.
Yeah, well, I think we will. So let's head back to camp. We'll grab some breakfast and maybe drive around the ranch a little bit, get a feel for the place, and check it out.
All right, sounds good.
Cool.
So on March 11th, 2007, we were on a routine curfew enforcement patrol in southern Baghdad, and we were about 10 minutes from returning to the fob. I made a left turn down this street that we've driven 1,000 times since we've been there. Just a normal trash pile, nothing out of the ordinary. I was lead vehicle in a four vehicle convoy, and as soon as I made that turn, the IED went off, and it blew up right underneath my position in my striker. Totally disabled the vehicle. I had 11 other soldiers in the vehicle with me, and thank God that none of them were injured in the process. So after the chaos and the confusion from the explosion died down a little bit, we were able to start evacuating the rest of the soldiers out of my vehicle. My femur was fractured, my foot was completely blasted to pieces, and my tibia and fibula were broken as well. So I didn't have very much mobility. So I sat down and I had to shimmy my right leg through the vehicle because the ramp wouldn't go down and we couldn't get a stretcher inside of it. So I evac'd myself out of the vehicle, got on the stretcher, and we went into a courtyard where they started treating the injuries that I had. And it was about a week and a half after I got back stateside and through a few more surgeries that they informed me that my leg had gotten infected and that the amputation was going to be the result of that. 2 weeks after that, they flew me from Fort Lewis down to Fort Sam Houston, and that's where I started my rehab and got fit for a prosthetic and did a year's worth of rehab and retired in June of 2008. So day one, evening hunt, Patrick Meadows took us further up Live Oak Creek. There's a nice watering hole down there that we're hoping they would stop at before they went up to their roost.
I'm Patrick Meadows. I manage Live Oak Creek Ranch out in Crockett County, Texas. The kind of wildlife we have on the ranch is whitetail, Rio Grande turkeys, quail, dove, javelinas. Veteran Outdoors decided to dedicate this hunt to cousin, Captain Joshua Meadows. He was a Marine in MARSOC. He was killed September 5th of 2009 in Afghanistan. Veteran Outdoors was gracious enough to dedicate this show in his honor. And we really appreciate that.
The turkey and the weather won't cooperate, so stay tuned to see how we take this hunt to a whole nother level.
What started out as a small local project has grown into a nationwide movement.
It started just as an idea.
The Boot Campaign was created to generate American awareness about the needs of our military men and women returning home from combat.
I said, you probably have the best idea I've ever heard of when it comes to supporting the military.
You know, take a moment out of your busy day and put yourself in their shoes for a second.
Find out how you can help support the Boot Campaign by logging on to bootcampaign.com and get your boots on.
Only Polaris delivers the ultimate combination of power, suspension, and agility. The only trail-capable side-by-side, Ranger RZR. The only sport performance side-by-side, RZR S. The only four-seat sport, RZR 4. And the only extreme performance side-by-side, the 88 horsepower RZR XP. Razor sharp performance only from Polaris. Huge rebates and low financing are available right now during the Polaris XP sales event.
Anti-Monkey Butt Powder understands the freedoms we have as Americans and supports Veteran Outdoors. They've donated thousands of items to our troops. And during this season of Veteran Outdoors, they will donate $1 to support our program, plus send an item to our troops for every bottle of powder purchased on their website. As someone who spends a lot of time outdoors, I know that chapped, irritated skin can ruin your day. Anti-monkey bud powder helps you stay comfortable all day long. So remember, the troops are out covering our butts. Let's help cover theirs.
I'm a hardworking American, raising a family, helping my neighbors, and appreciating the men and women in our armed forces. I also happen to sell private planes. Sure, there are celebrities who jet around the world, but 90% of the private aircraft in the U.S. are flown by small and mid-sized businesses. Companies that use planes to get to remote locations or respond in a crisis enjoy profitability that shows what a competitive advantage private aviation can be. A big thanks to the men and women who defend that freedom.
They got a straw with you.
Veteran Outdoors is proud to have country musician Kyle Park as a lifetime member and sponsor of this segment of VO.
All right, it's the second hunt. It's a Friday evening hunt. We heard a bunch of gobblers this morning. Didn't see any, so we've moved a little bit farther down the creek bed. There's some water right here that Patrick was saying that a lot of times in the evening they'll come in and drink.
Cool.
So we're gonna set out some decoys right here and start calling and hope they come in from that other side to give you a shot. So let's hope that luck is on our side tonight and we can make it happen.
Yeah, I think they're going to be coming toward us.
Yeah.
Looks like a good location.
All right, sounds good. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Set out decoys and had blinds set up just so they wouldn't see us. And just unsuccessful bringing them to our location.
Normally the backstrap burns off, but like, look, there's still meat on it. Look.
Damn, this is the best rattlesnake I've had all day.
Just don't eat the bone.
Look at here, rattlesnake tenderloin on the inside.
That's good. It really does just taste like chicken.
Turkeys didn't cooperate at all with us this weekend, but I'm really hoping that somewhere in the future we can get something like this going again.
It's unfortunate that the weather did not cooperate, but we had great times sitting under the tarps, staying out of the rain. Then when the clouds broke, we got to drive around the ranch, enjoy the scenery, had some good times seeing the Fort Lancaster over here and digging for some Indian artifacts on the creek bed and found some neat arrowheads. And it was a great time once the weather lifted and allowed us to get out and enjoy the beautiful weather in West Texas.
I'd also like to thank John Meadows and Patrick Meadows and Brad Hassick for opening up their land to us and just showing us a great weekend and having an exciting time all weekend long. Thank you very much. If the opportunity arose that Veteran Outdoors would pursue another hunt with me, I'd be extremely excited. It's been such a great weekend, and just every aspect of this operation was so organized and well thought out. I'd be ecstatic if Veteran Outdoors wanted to include me in what they do again.
We're out in Pandale, Texas at the Tres Niños Ranch. We've got Staff Sergeant Justin Lynn back with us again. We took Justin on a turkey hunt out in Sheffield a few months ago, and we had a great time, but we just didn't get the turkey for Justin. So the Meadows family was nice enough to invite us down to one of their other ranches, and we're going to go on a sheep hunt with Justin. So we couldn't be more happy to be down here and have another good trip.
We're going to go after your Texas sheep. We're going to go after your black Hawaiians, your doll. I think there's some Jacob's Fourhorn out here.
Barbados.
Yeah. Beautiful terrain, beautiful country.
And Justin, Patrick Meadows told us this morning that you got the green light to shoot whatever you want.
All right, I'm
so
ready.
You pick out the right one and put it down.
I'm locked and loaded.
All right, man. Let's do it.
All right. When Veteran Outdoors returns, we'll be taking Staff Sergeant Justin Lynn in search of some Texas sheep.
This is the perfect hunting combo for our program. The 6.8 rifle offers low recoil yet provides enough firepower to ensure our hunters have enough gun. This lightweight design and monolithic upper and adjustable stock allows the hunter to quickly and easily set up the gun to their specific field. Each rifle is then topped with a US Optics scope, which features a wide field of view, low light performance, and a true diopter adjustment, which equals unmatched reliable on-target shot placement. Tim Kennedy, former Green Beret Special Forces sniper, Ranger, and big fan of this gun.
Anti-monkey butt powder understands the freedoms we have as Americans and supports Veteran Outdoors. They've donated thousands of items to our troops. And during this season of Veteran Outdoors, they will donate $1 to support our program, plus send an item to our troops for every bottle of powder purchased on their website. As someone who spends a lot of time outdoors, I know that chapped, irritated skin can ruin your day. Anti-monkey butt powder helps you stay comfortable all day long. So remember, the troops are out covering our butts. Let's help cover theirs.
Only Polaris delivers the ultimate combination of power, suspension, and agility. The only trail-capable side-by-side, Ranger RZR. The only sport performance side-by-side, RZR S. The only 4-seat sport, RZR 4. And the only extreme performance side-by-side, the 88-horsepower RZR XP. Razor-sharp performance only from Polaris. Huge rebates and low financing are available right now during the Polaris XP sales event.
They got the straw that you use.
I'm a hardworking American, raising a family, helping my neighbors, and appreciating the men and women in our armed forces. I also happen to sell private planes. Sure, there are celebrities who jet around the world, but 90% of the private aircraft in the U.S. are flown by small and mid-sized businesses. Companies that use planes to get to remote locations or respond in a crisis enjoy profitability that shows what a competitive advantage private aviation can be. A big thanks to the men and women who defend that freedom.
This segment brought to you by Meseta Land Solutions, helping landowners restore and preserve the beauty of the Texas Hill Country.
It was just really, I felt isolated within Walter Reed. This soldier's angel, which really was an angel, just came out of nowhere and was there for me.
A contribution to Soldiers Angels provides vital aid to wounded heroes through programs designed to give them hope, comfort, and dignity. Show your gratitude and may no soldier go unloved. To donate, visit soldiersangels.org.
Welcome back to Veteran Outdoors. All right, Justin, so these sheep are going to be somewhere, up in these draws. It's getting hot out here, so, they could be up under these trees. They could be in the draws. It's going to be a long day of just looking for them like this, but, we're going to have to pull up into these areas and then just spot and stalk.
All right. So we're driving around Trestino's ranch out here, and we come up and get on top of the hill, and look to our left, and there's a nice black Hawaiian out there about 200 yards. Kind of disappears. So we're sitting there waiting for a while. He pops back up about 225 yards, gave me a great shot.
So yeah, that's a nice black Hawaiian down there. But how far? 250, Brad? 250.
Okay.
Hang on.
All right.
Walking up that hill. He's kind of coming back towards us. Got a crosswind too.
Yeah.
He's gonna come out of that tree. If you're comfortable with this shot, man, take it. He's a good ram.
All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Okay, I'm on target. You ready? Taking the shot.
Boom! Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice, huh?
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome shot, man. I didn't know you were gonna shoot. I pulled the binos up and looked, and boom!
Right?
And it just.
He was almost broadside to me. Yeah. I couldn't let him walk any further.
Beautiful awesome, black Hawaiian. Good shot. Let's go check him out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Whoa.
Come on the other side of the ridge, and there's about, I don't know, 20 more rams down here. John, it's your turn, brother.
Oh,
let's do this.
Let's do this.
All right, man. Oh, this gun's sighted in.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
Sounds safe.
Yeah. All right.
That's a big guy. Yeah. I got him ranged at about 3 1/4 right now. Yeah, so you're gonna need to hold high, and that crosswind coming out of the left. So hold high and left about 6 inches high, just over the center of his back, and you'll drop him.
All right, I got a shot.
That's awesome.
He's not coming out of the draw.
He's down there.
No.
He's done.
Yeah, because the whole group's still moving. He's not with them.
Guys, we shot 2 big black Hawaiians. In about what, 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
If that.
Patrick, thank you. Tres Niños, man. That was amazing. Thank you. A great time.
Grew up out here, man. This is freaking amazing. It's a different part of the world.
It is.
It's definitely not Middle Tennessee, I'll tell you that.
And what an unbelievable hunt. Pretty cool, man.
Yeah, real cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is a beautiful black Hawaiian that you shot here. 250 yards,
yes,
dropped it, and then John, I think you've got a black Hawaiian down on the other side of the ridge over here.
That was probably close to, that was pushing 300 yards.
Oh yeah, hammered him. Well, you know, I want you to know that there's we're gonna put this on the wall for you.
Yeah.
Blanco County Taxidermy has agreed to mount this for you at no charge.
Wow.
And it's something you'll remember this hunt forever.
Yeah, that's great. I really appreciate it. It's been an awesome experience.
It's been fun.
Awesome, yeah. I'd like to thank Tres Niños Ranch for having me out here, and a big thanks to Veteran Outdoors for taking me on this hunt. It's been a great experience. Thank you.
Join us next week on Veteran Outdoors as we team up with the Army Bass Anglers to surprise Sergeant First Class Matt Miles with 2 different adventures, both on the water and in the field. Matt doesn't miss a chance to get back outdoors, and we've got a plan to do it in a big way. You won't want to miss this.
Come join Veteran Outdoors June 27th here at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas for Veterans Appreciation Night, sponsored by the Texas Veterans Land Board. Veterans and their families enjoy free admission when you reserve your tickets at texvet.org. Come out and say thanks and enjoy some exciting Round Rock Express baseball.
This episode was made possible by Dynamic Orthotics and Prosthetics.
Defending our country and each of our rights. We're the land of the free and the home of the brave. This is Veteran Outdoors, giving back to those who gave.